You're successful, independent, and you have your life together. But on dates, you're either performing a perfect version of yourself, terrified they'll see the real you, or you're so rigid about how things should go that men feel like they're in job interview. Let's talk about humiliation and injustice, two of the inner child wounds.
Welcome to All About Dating, the podcast where faith meets love and healing opens the doors to your heart's deepest desire. I am Patty Martin Guerra, your host and life coach, and I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey. Whether you're navigating the world of dating apps, healing from past relationships, or ready to manifest the love you truly deserve, this is your safe place to grow, heal, and discover your divine worth. Each week, we'll explore practical strategies for authentic dating, dive deep into healing past traumas, and align your heart with God's beautiful plan for your love life. Because, sister, you deserve nothing less than extraordinary love. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." So open your heart and let's discover how to date with divine purpose.
The humiliation wound. What actually happened to you? Maybe it was body shaming. Maybe comments about your weight when you were little. You'd be so pretty if you only lost 10 pounds. Maybe you were mocked of your developing body, your breasts, your hips, your period, your body hair. Maybe you were people were comparing you. Your parents, whoever you grew up with, were comparing you to others that were thinner. And they said that they were prettier siblings or cousins. You're always told to watch what you ate. Maybe your parents showed discomfort with your sexuality or physical development and always told you to cover up, that you were showing too much, that wasn't flattering on you. Learning your body was something to hide or manage or apologize for. Maybe there was public shaming. Your parents criticized you in front of others. She's the lazy one, or she's not as smart as her brother. Maybe your teacher read your diary, essay, or note to the class. Maybe your parents share your private struggles or embarrassing moments as funny stories at parties. Maybe you were corrected, scolded, or humiliated in public. Punishment was designed to humiliate. Standing in the corner, public apologies, being made as an example. Maybe there was emotional shaming. They will tell you to stop crying, or they will give you something to cry about. You were being ridiculous, dramatic, or too sensitive. Laughter or mockery when you showed excitement, joy, or passion. Being told your feelings were wrong, stupid, or invalid. Why are you like this? As if your personality was a defect, they would ask. Learning that your authentic emotional expression was shameful. Maybe your bedroom door was removed as a punishment. Maybe you had no privacy in the bathroom or in the bedroom. Your parents always walking in and out of your room repeatedly. Sometimes that's accidentally, sometimes just to control you. Inappropriate comments about your body or your sexuality were made. Questions about your sexual development that felt invasive. Shaming about curiosity or normal development. Being too much or not enough. You're too loud, too quiet, too fat, too skinny, too sensitive, too cold. There was always something wrong. Personality traits were criticized. Why can't you be more like your siblings? Your interests were always mocked. That's weird. That's for boys. That's stupid. You always learned that there was something fundamentally wrong with you, with who you were. And the constant message from others was, the real you is embarrassing. And these are the specific moments that you remember nowadays. Mom criticizing your outfit in front of your friend. "You're wearing that?" she asked. Dad making a joke about your weight at a family dinner while everyone laughed. Starting your period being mocked or having it announced publicly. Your teacher reading your creator writing in the class and the class laughing. Being told to change clothes before leaving the house because you looked inappropriate. A parent commenting on your body in a way that felt violating. Crying and being told, "I'll take a picture so you can see how ugly you look when you cry." This is what your child brain decided. Who I really am is shameful. My body is wrong. My feelings are embarrassing. My authentic self is something to hide. If people see the real me, my body, my feelings, my desires, my flaws, they'll laugh, mock, and reject me. The only way to be safe is to be perfect. The only way to be loved is to be flawless. I am fundamentally defective and must never be fully seen. Your body memory is when someone you're dating compliments your laugh. Your body remembers being 8 years old, laughing loudly at dinner, and your mother snapping in her voice, "You're being obnoxious." Your nervous system screams, "Hide, be smaller, be quieter, don't be seen." It doesn't matter that he loves your laugh. Your body knows being fully yourself invites mockery. This is what your body remembers, what your memory remembers. And what you're actually doing right now. He compliments your life, your laugh. Your inner child hears, he's noticing me. That's dangerous. Then you stop laughing freely and you become self-conscious, fake smaller laughs. He wants to see you without makeup. Your inner child panics. He'll see the real me and be disgusted like dad was. He asks about your future. Your inner child knows real stories reveal real flaws. Hide. Then you give a sanitized, perfect version with no vulnerability, keeping him at arm's length. You have casual dates at his place. Your inner child spirals. Unpresentable equals unlovable. You can't relax, worrying about every single angle, every lighting situation. He catches you crying, and your inner child remembers emotions are shameful. You're mortified and hide for days, apologizing repeatedly. You're so afraid of being humiliated that you humiliate yourself first by never showing up authentically. You reject yourself before he can. You hide your body, your feelings, your past, your personality. He's falling in love with the hologram. The real you is suffocating behind the performance. Now let's talk about the injustice one. What actually happened to you, the impossible standards. Parent who was never satisfied. 98% was what happened to the other 2%. Moving goal spots. When you achieved one thing, the bar moved higher. Effort didn't matter, only results. I don't care that you tried your best. You still didn't win. Perfectionism as a requirement, not a choice. Criticism with no praise. Flaws were pointed out. Success was expected. Learning nothing you did was good enough. Rigid rules. Rules that made no sense and couldn't be questioned. Because I say so. That was the explanation you got from your parents. Rules that change without warning based on parents' moods. Different rules for different siblings with no explanation. Harsh punishment for minor infractions. Authority that demanded obedience without earning respect. Then there was the unfair treatment. Watching a sibling get away with everything while you were punished for breathing. Being blamed for things your siblings did. Being scapegoated. Family problems were somehow your fault. Obvious favoritism. You couldn't control or change. Working twice as hard for half the recognition. Learning the world is fundamentally unfair and you must fight for every scrap. The third there in parenting. Emotional coldness. No warmth, no affection, no softness. Parents who value control over connection. Children should be seen and not heard. Your opinions, feelings, and preference did not matter. Autonomy was dangerous. Obedience was survival. Love felt like dominance, not nurture. You always felt powerless. No voice in family decisions that affected you. No control over your own life, body, or choices. Asking why was disrespectful, so you learned not to ask. Your needs were inconvenient. You learned not to have them. Watching injustice happen to you or others with no recourse. These are the specific moments do you remember. Bringing home a report card with all A's and 1 B. Being punished for the B. Watching your brother break something and you getting blamed for it. Being grounded for a month for something that warranted a conversation. Asking why and being sent to your room. Seeing your sister get a car for her 16th birthday and you got nothing. Parents' face when you asked for something. Cold, annoyed, dismissive. Learning to anticipate their needs to avoid their displeasure. The rigid dinner schedule, clothing rules, perfect behavior expectations. What your child brain decided. The world is unfair and dangerous. People are unpredictable. The only way to survive is to control everything. If I'm perfect, I'll be safe. If I have rules and everyone follows them, I won't be hurt. Emotions are weakness. Vulnerability is dangerous. If I stay rigid, stay perfect, stay in control, I won't be blindsided. Needing anything makes me weak. Meet Karen. This could be you. What Karen does. She has a list of 47 qualities her ideal partner must have. Plans dates down to the minute. And she gets upset if he's spontaneous. Corrects his grammar, his driving, his restaurant choices. Cannot compromise. I researched this, and this is the best way. And the best way is, she keeps score. I planned the last 3 dates. Holds grudges over small infractions. Appears cold and unfeeling, but inside she's terrified and chaos. Last month, Karen matched with a great man who planned a surprise date. He picked her up without telling her where they were going. She spent the drive interrogating him. Visibly uncomfortable. He took her to a beautiful beach picnic. He spent hours preparing. She criticized. The blanket was sandy. The food wasn't her preference. He didn't bring enough water. He said, I wanted to do something nice for you. She said, next time, just ask me what I want. There was no next time. Why? Because when she was 9, her mother surprised her with a puppy, then gave it away 2 weeks later with no explanation. Her child brain knows surprises mean loss of control, and loss of control means pain. Your inner child is controlling right now. Your body memory is when he plans a surprise, your body remembers being a child with no control and no voice and paying for it. Your nervous system screams, regain control. Make the rules. Don't be powerless again. It doesn't matter if he's trying to delight you. Your body knows surprises mean danger. I invite you to do this in the next 30 days. If he plans a date, your inner child panics. Loss of control equals something bad will happen. You criticize every element and suggest improvements to regain control. He's 10 minutes late. Your inner child remembers what you're actually doing right now. If he plans a date, your inner child panics. Lost control equals something bad will happen. Then you criticize every element and suggest improvements to regain control. Or he's 10 minutes late. Your inner child remembers rules were rigid. Breaking them meant punishment. Then you deliver a lecture about respect and time management, making him pay. Or he does something differently than you would. Your inner child knows my way kept me safe. So you're frustrated that he didn't listen, trying to reestablish your rules. With playful moments, your inner child stays vigilant. Let your guard down and you'll be hurt. You stay serious because this isn't the time for joy. He makes a small surprise. Your inner child learned mistakes were unacceptable. You can't let it go. You bring it up repeatedly, punishing like you were punished. He tries to surprise you. Your inner child freezes. No control equals no safety. You're angry. He didn't consult you first, rejecting his gesture entirely. Your devastating pattern is that you're so busy being right that you can't be close. You're managing him like a project, not loving him like a partner. You're so terrified of being the powerless child again that you've become the authoritarian parent. You've turned love into a performance review. He's walking on eggshells, and you're lonely behind your wall. Here's what's devastating. These wounds team up. You control everything. Injustice, because you're terrified of being exposed as flawed. Humiliation. You're rigid. Injustice, because being spontaneous might reveal the imperfect you. Humiliation. You're cold and emotional detached. Injustice, because showing feelings was shameful. Humiliation. You criticize him. Injustice, before he can criticize you. Humiliation. You're exhausted. He's exhausted. And intimacy is impossible because intimacy requires softness, vulnerability, imperfection, and surrender. Everything your childhood taught you was dangerous. If you have a humiliation wound, you're hiding on every date, filtering every photo, controlling every interaction to avoid being seen. He's falling for a curated version of you. In the next 60 days, the mask slips. You laugh too loud. He sees you without makeup. You have a feeling that can't be contained. And you'll panic and leave. You'll tell yourself he was going to leave anyway when he saw the real me. But he wasn't. You just couldn't let him see you. If you have the injustice wound, good men are exhausted trying to please you. Nothing is right. Nothing is enough. You're impossible to surprise, delight, or love. In 60 days, you'll be alone saying men can't handle strong women, when the truth is you can't handle it being imperfect or out of control. You're pushing away love that maintained the illusion of safety. Either way, you're pushing away love to protect yourself from wounds that already happened. You're making him pay for crimes your parents committed. Humiliation healing is shame resilience. Learning that your flaws are connection points, not rejection guarantees. It's practicing being seen. Imperfect bodies, messy emotions, embarrassing moments, and discovering you're loved anyway. And just in healing is surrendering control. Learning that perfection is exhausting, that sometimes good enough is perfect, that play is productive, that love is unearned through performance. Both require softening, and softening feels like death where you've been hard your whole life. Do this today. Free your hidden, controlling self for humiliation wound. Step 1. Share one imperfect thing about yourself this week. Post an unfiltered photo, no filter, no perfect angle. Tell someone I'm struggling with and fill the blank. Show up without makeup once. Say, I don't know instead of pretending you have all the answers. Wear something you love that isn't flattering. Step 2, notice the discomfort. Your inner child will scream, they're judging you. Breathe through it. Step 3, notice what actually happens. Some people love you more. Some don't notice. Nobody laughs. You survive. You're creating new evidence. Being real didn't destroy me. For the injustice one, step 1, let one thing be imperfect this week. Let him plan the date entirely. No input, no suggestions, no helpful corrections. Order what he recommends at a restaurant without researching if it's the best. Be 5 minutes late and say nothing. The world won't end. Let something be good enough instead of perfect. Messy kitchen, slightly wrinkled shirt, plans made day off. Step 2, notice the discomfort. Your inner child will panic. Lost control equals danger. Breathe through it. Step 3, notice what actually happens. Chaos doesn't follow. Bad things don't happen. Maybe you even enjoy it. You're creating new evidence. I don't have to control everything to be safe. Why don't you say these affirmations? For humiliation, say, little me, I know you learned that being seen is dangerous, but big me is here now. I will practice being invisible. I will practice being imperfect, and I will show you that love doesn't require flawlessness. You're not shameful. You never were. For injustice one, say, little me, I know you had to be perfect to survive, but big me is here now. I will practice softening. I will practice surrender. And I will show you that the safety does not require control. You are allowed to play, to feel, to be wrong. You're free now. If you listen to all of the episodes on the inner child wounds, you know now what's been running your dating life. Now you understand why if you have the abandonment wound, that's why you leave before they can leave you. The rejection wound, why you shapeshift instead of being yourself. The betrayal wound, why you can't trust even when he's trustworthy. Humiliation wound, why you hide behind perfection. And the injustice wound, why you control everything and everyone. These aren't character flaws. They're survival strategies when you were small and powerless. They worked then. They're destroying you now. But awareness doesn't heal trauma. You can't journal away body memory. You can't affirmation yourself into secure attachment. You need embodied healing, practice in safe relationship. Witness but women who get it. This 2026, I am putting together a women's retreat where we are doing the actual work. Identifying your specific one, reparenting your inner child, practicing your relation behaviors with women who celebrate your authenticity, releasing stored trauma from your body, and dating preparation scripts, boundaries, red flags, green lights, your new relationship operating system. This isn't a spa with vision boards and brunch. This is a transformation word. Limited to 20 women, divorced, separated, post-breakup, done repeating patterns, ready to date from wholeness, not once. The action you take with your healing will determine your 2026. You either interrupt your pattern now before you swipe another emotionally unavailable man, before you shapeshift into someone else, before you push away another good man, before you hide behind another wall, before you control away another chance at love. Or you're having this same conversation in 2027 about another man who just wasn't right. When the truth is, your inner child was still making the decisions for you. Visit the link on the show notes for more information on this retreat. It is time to come home to yourself so you can finally be home with someone else. Your little girl is waiting for you to come back to her. She's been waiting a long time. Let's do this together. Check the show notes for more information and fill out the format, and I will get back to you. Thank you for listening, and blessings.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of All About Dating. Remember, your healing is holy work, your standards are sacred, and your love story has already been written by God Almighty. Before you go, please take a moment to reflect on today's message. How is God calling you to show up differently in your dating life? What healing work is He inviting you to embrace? If today's episode touched your heart, please share it with your sister who needs to hear this message. Together, we're creating a community of women who refuse to settle for nothing less than what she deserves. Be a blessing to me and leave me a review to help me reach more women around the world. Until next time, keep dating with purpose, healing with grace, and trusting in God's perfect timing for your love story. This is Patty Martin Guerra reminding you, You are loved, you are worthy, and your happily ever after, it's on its way. Blessings and love.